Marvel Comics X-Men the Animated Series Heroclix preview coming right up. Mr. Clicks Flicks is brought to you by Lucky Dice Cafe out of Huntsville, Alabama, home of the ROC. No matter if you're in the United States or around the world, Lucky Dice Cafe has the winning role for all your gaming needs. You can visit them at LuckyDiceCafe.com or on their Facebook page using the link found in the description of this video. Mr. Clicks Flicks is also brought to you by TrollandToad.com, one of the largest online gaming retailers. Use the promo code Mr. Clicks Flicks for 5% off your Heroclix order today. Alright guys, so today we have a few previews from the brand new, soon-to-be-out Marvel Comics X-Men the Animated Series Dark Phoenix Saga Heroclix set. So, pretty excited about these. I really love the Marvel Comics X-Men TV series from the 90s. Really cool. Looks like they are definitely reaching deep for some of these. Really cool. I'm pretty excited about one. I think the one will be meta, and I'll present its case when we get to it, but definitely super excited for these previews. So can't wait for this set to come out. So let's go ahead and take a look at these. Up first, we have Harry Leland, number 45 in the set. He has the Hellfire Club keywords, and he has two traits. His first trait is called Hard to Move Hero. Opposing characters within 4 squares modify their attack and damage -2 if they have moved this turn. Opposing characters can't be placed from elsewhere on the map within 4 squares of Harry Leland. So that's really cool there. That's definitely a powerful ability if you can figure out a way to make it so that they can't draw lines of fire either. So he doesn't get waylaid with range attacks. Definitely a strong ability. Hypersonic figures that don't have any range are going to have a real hard time with this guy. Then his other trait is called Inner Circle Club Black Bishop. Outwit, but only to choose a black power or a special power. When Harry Leland KOs a higher point character, either after resolution, remove all action tokens from him and heal him 2 clicks. That is a super powerful ability. Outwit to only outwit black powers. You know, that's useful, but definitely being able to outwit the special powers is even more useful. Take a look at his dial. He's only 50 points, has a 4 range dual target, 6 movement with sidestep, 9 attack with incapacitate, 18 defense with toughness, and 1 damage with empower. So this guy to me is definitely meant to push to click 2, where he has that 19 defense with toughness. You have that dual target incapacitate, so you're able to token up 2 different figures, and then you're also in the correct circumstances handing out -2 damage and -2 attack. Really good figure, on the edge of being meta. Definitely I would try to get him, if for no other reason than to just kind of future proof in case something else comes out in the vein of Beta Ray Bill, where its characters outside of a certain range can't target. He will pair really nicely with them. And next up, we have a deep cut here. This is Eugene Torbett Witherspoon. He has the Brute and Scientist keywords, and in this particular X-Men the Animated Series episode, he was kind of filling in for the Juggernaut, so that was cool. It was, according to the card, X-Men the Animated Series, The Juggernaut Returns. I remembered this episode specifically, so I kind of giggled when I saw it, but this figure's actually really good in my opinion. He has a trait and a special on his attack. His trait is called The Girls Are Going to Go Nuts. Eugene Torbett Witherspoon doesn't count against theme teams, so that's very important. He doesn't count against them, but he does count 4 for Scientist and Brute. So this guy can basically go on any team, similar to some other figures that are out right now, like Taskmaster, although you know, there's a bunch of figures that do things like that. So really cool there that you're going to be able to put him on a bunch of different teams, and you're definitely going to want to once I tell you why. His special on his attack is called Juggernaut Slam Dancing. Super Strength, Quake. When Eugene Torbett Witherspoon uses Quake and hits until your next turn, hit characters can't be given actions except move actions. Alright, so before we get into why this is important, let's go ahead and look at his dial. He's got 4 different point lines: 200 points, 100 points, 50 points, and 25 points. His 200 point dial is a 10 movement with charge, 11 attack with that special, 19 defense, invulnerability, 4 damage with Empower and the giant symbol. At 100 points, he has a 10 movement with charge, 10 attacks with that special, 18 defense, invulnerability, 4 damage with empower. At 50 points, he has a 9 movement with charge, 10 attack with that special, 17 defense, toughness, 3 damage. And that is the 25 point dial. So pretty cool there. I think I skipped one of them, but that's okay. So I like him at every one of his point lines. He starts off, although the 200 point I'd shy away from, and I'll explain to you why here in a second. So each one of his point lines starts off with that special attack, which is Super Strength Quake. When you use it, hit characters can't be given actions except move actions. That is a fantastic ability to make it so no power actions to call in ID cards, no double power actions for anything, no close actions, range actions, destroy actions, anything like that. Nothing. It's just move. So what you are able to do with this figure is introduce a no play scenario for your opponent. And what you can do is you can use this guy, and I like him at his 100 point dial. I feel like that gives you a healthy amount of clicks to have a relatively good chance at surviving and getting across the board. However, I could see a case being made for spamming him at 25 points so that you'll be able to alternate. Same thing at 50 points, you could run 2 of them and alternate turns, because he does not have willpower on any starting click of his dial. So important to note there. But what you do is you perplex his attack up by 3, which should be easy enough in today's day and age. Get him up to a 13 attack, and you quake. All hit characters can only then be given move actions. And then what you do is you introduce your no play scenario with Proxima Midnight from Avengers, Black Panther, and the Illuminati, or the Proxima Midnight Spear special object. You run in there with some sort of cheap character that has a high attack, 11 or 12, that you've perplexed up. You hit whatever their main figure is, and then all of a sudden, with that figure, you hand them out immobile, so that they can't move either. So then they can't take any actions other than move, and then the Proxima Midnight Spear makes it so that they can't be moved or placed. And you've introduced a semi no play scenario for your opponent, at which point, if you're running multiples of this guy, you can just alternate your quakes and eventually wear down your opponent to where they're not going to be able to play. I can think of tons of teams where this is going to be highly effective. So I'll be excited to get this guy in hand. Definitely going to be building around him. Again, I like him at his 100 points, his 50 point, and his 25 point. I like the 19 defense at 200 points, but I feel like that doesn't leave you enough points to do whatever it is you're going to have to do with Proxima Midnight Spear. And you could, in theory, if you ran him at 50 points or 100 points, also run Proxima Midnight and then a third figure with Proxima Midnight Spear. And now you're talking about hopefully multi-target quaking, because you don't even have to do damage with this guy. You just have to hit them with it, which is really what I'd be concerned about, is making it so that all they can do is move. And then you come in with the Proxima Midnight Spear, hand out immobile after you went ahead and did whatever your damage is, and that is just crazy. So you guys let me know in the comments below what you think about this figure. I think this is a broken figure waiting to happen. I would be very surprised if one of those 3 game elements doesn't get errated at some point. And also let me know in the comments below if there's any other game element besides Proxima Midnight and Proxima Midnight Spear that makes it so that your opponent can't be moved or placed. It grants immobile, because I'll be looking for all kinds of things like that. And this guy doesn't break themes, so he can go on any of those teams. Next up, we have Cyclops Sentinel, number G012. He has the Sentinel, X-Men, and Robot keywords. He has improved targeting, ignores and destroys blocking. He has 2 traits and a special on his attack. His first trait is called Prime Directive. At the beginning of your turn, Cyclops Sentinel may move 1 square. If an opposing character with the X-Men or Brotherhood of Mutants keyword is on the map, they may move 1 additional square. So You get to move an extra square. Your opponent gets to move an extra square too. So I don't know how much I dig on that, but it's cool, Billy. Then his other trait is called Decapitation is Irrelevant. Once per game, when Cyclops Sentinel takes damage from an opponent's attack, after resolutions generate a Sentinel head by standard. And Cyclops Sentinel can't make range attacks for the rest of the game. So what does the Sentinel head do, you might ask? Well, let's go ahead and take a look at it. It has an 8 range single target, 0 movement, but with sidestep, 12 attack with a Psychic Blast, 18 defense with a special, 4 damage. So a really nice glass cannon pog here. Has all standard symbols on it, so you'll be able to carry it and move it around for things like that. And then the special on its defense is called Scott is Indestructible. If Cyclops Sentinel is on the map, this character can't be KO'd except by an attack that by a critical hit. So you got to roll double 6s to KO it. Sentinel head can't be chosen for Mastermind. So obviously they wanted to make sure that you weren't going to mastermind all your damage to something that couldn't be KO'd. So pretty cool there. And then the special on his attack is called Enormous Optic Beam, Penetrating Psychic Blast. When Cyclops Sentinel uses it and hits after resolutions, choose one to affect a hit character and all opposing characters adjacent to it. Deal them each 1 penetrating damage, or give them each an action token, or knock them each back 6 squares. So sorry, it got a little fuzzy, so I had to lean in there. But definitely cool, Billy. So you're giving them 1 penetrating damage each. After resolution, giving them an action token, or knocking them back 6 squares. All of those different scenarios where all of those would be good. He has 4 different point lines: 450, 300, 150, and 50 points. He starts off at 450 points with an 8 range single target, 9 movement with running shot, 12 attack with that special, 19 defense with impervious and the indomitability, and 5 damage with the colossal symbol. At 300 points, he has a 9 movement with running shot, 12 attack, 19 defense with impervious and indomitability, 4 damage. Then at 150 points, he has a 9 movement with running shot, 11 attack with that special, 18 defense with invulnerability, and 4 damage with leadership. And then at 50 points, he has a 9 movement with running shot, 11 attack with that special, 18 defense, energy shield deflection, and indomitability, 4 damage with leadership and colossal damage symbol. I like this guy a lot. I think he's pretty cool. I could see where you would basically try to let him get hit or take some kind of damage, and then pop the head off, and then just kind of run him into the back and just let the head kind of do some work for you. 150 points is a little much to me for invulnerability in 18, but this guy's definitely cool. I like the episode that it came from, so I'll be pretty excited to try to get my hands on this figure. I like the values on it. I like that it has indomitability. I like that it has the X-Men keyword, so you'll be able to fill some stuff in with that, so definitely something that I like. Alright guys, so let me know what your favorite figure was from the previews in this batch. I always love reading that stuff. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, give it a share. It really helps keep me motivated to make these videos. That's all I have for you today. As always, please remember that it's only critical miss if you don't have probability control.